close to closing battle, they were maybe 4, 5, 6 miles away from each other, spitting distance almost, and they were only doing 2 or 3 knots, and they couldn't do anything to each other till they were in about a mile of each other. So they were there watching each other for ages before they finally closed the battle. When they got there, it was horrendous, because the cannons would be firing, the ships were wooden, you'd get splinters smashing around the place. The guns were double loaded with all sorts of horrible things like grape shot, which sounds quite nice, but actually it's horrendous because it's designed to rip people apart. It's designed to take out masts. People on the yards in their stations up in the mast would find themselves suddenly in the sea. People would suffer from crushing injuries. There would be snipers in the yards taking them out. And of course, the way to kill the enemy was actually to close with it. So one of the main objectives of battle was to lay a ship alongside that of the enemy and board him, where the most horrendous hand-to-hand fighting took place. So this was a serious, serious fight. And it took many, many months of preparation to get to the point of that battle. It was ferocious. So these guys were probably extremely apprehensive, and I'm sure they were all extremely scared. But there was also a measure of excitement for them, because they'd been trying to close with the enemy for 2 years. Have a think about this. The war between France, Spain, and England, as it was at Britain at the time, kicked off in 1803. And during that time, the British fleet blockaded the Spanish and the French fleets and chased them backwards and forwards across the Atlantic to the Caribbean several times over 2 years. And there were many sailors in that fleet, including Nelson, who hadn't put a foot ashore for 2 years. So these are wooden ships propelled by the wind with 800 people on board each one of them, who kept themselves sustained logistically for 2 years, blockading the French and the Spanish fleets. An amazing achievement. So Nelson and his captains were